Ephesians 5:11 and 12. Ephesians 5:11 and 12. And have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but rather even reprove them. So what he's saying here is that we ain't to be, and we need to work and build up things that bring us down. We're to work in things that bring us up, bring others up, exalt God. These are the things we're to go after. Oftentimes, we're so seeking after things of the flesh. Sadly, things we seek, things we want, but don't really do a thing for us. Instead, we should be seeking after God. We should be seeking Him. There are many things in this life that we want that won't bring us up. But we know what the fruit is. We know what fruitful work is, and it's found in Him. The things of the flesh, the things of this world, we're to reject. And that's what he's saying here. He isn't saying we should be treat the world as outcast, but we shouldn't allow their work into our lives. We should reject it, but allow the fruit of Him, the fruit of the Spirit, to move us for the world. Verse 12. For the things which are done by them in secret, it is a shame even to speak of. So what he's saying here is sin is shameful. And sadly, we've got it in a place in society where sin ain't as shameful as it used to be. And if we're in a place of that, to where sin don't shame us, then our hearts ain't right with God. Our hearts then ain't right with God, and it's that simple. We need to be in a place where sin shames us, because sin is shameful. And if we're not there, then we're far from where we need to be. Sin's shameful. And while we want to hide our sins, we shouldn't. We should confess them to one another. Have accountability with a fellow Christian, someone we trust, someone who loves us. Not like out it to where the whole world knows our shame, because that's also unproductive. But enough to accountability. It's good to have. But we should be ashamed and have shame of what we do against God. Oftentimes we don't. If we don't, sometimes it's because God hasn't worked us in that area yet. And sometimes it's because we're neglectful and we want to hide the fact that it's sin when we shouldn't. Sometimes we don't want to admit things that shame us. But we need to be willing to turn them and every aspect of our lives over to the Lord.